What's going on, guys? This is Jonathan here with Techfest Lunch and Dinner, bringing you my first look, first thoughts, first impressions of NBA 2K11. This has been dubbed the greatest sports game of all time. The minute you turn on your Xbox, you're introduced with that classic Bulls entrance music, which really brought me back, being a huge Bulls fan ever since I was a kid, which really was synonymous with that championship era Bulls. So you guys can see Michael Jordan right here. So you guys can see him jogging down the little halls, heading down to the team. You got Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, so there's different era of Bulls, and I'm really excited to bring Jordan and play against some of the newer stars, the Kobe's, the Lebrons. So the first thing I wanted to do was actually play against probably the biggest hated team this year, is the Super Heat, with LeBron James, Bosh, Dwayne Wade. That was the first thing I wanted to do when playing this. So you guys can see you got Ron Harper. I picked the 96-97 Bulls. For you guys wondering, you can pick different eras all the way from when he was a rookie, and it does transpose and configure the different looks of Michael Jordan. So you guys can see all the detail is very specific. They put a lot of work, and it really does show, from the mesh of the jerseys to the powder of Jordan shaking his hands right here. In a minute, you guys can see the details of his shoes from the season that he wore in that particular era. So running into the gameplay, one of the first things I noticed was, compared to 2K10, it was a little more dynamic, a little more responsive. Overall, when making passes through the lane, it does tend to get a little clogged. They're a little more reactive as far as the players go. But you guys can see Chris Bosh taking a shot. Looks like you're watching Chris Bosh take a shot in real life. All their movements, their mannerisms, their characteristics, they did a great job of bringing that to the game and bringing a real kind of lifelike experience with that. And not only did they bring the characteristics to the table, but they brought the attributes. Something LeBron would do in real life is super quick, super sick pass. You guys can see with his great court vision, it's no different from the game. Getting back into the gameplay with Jordan, you got the clock running down. That classic Jordan fadeaway that we watched so many times on TV looks just like it does from what we remember. I think Phil Jackson looks a little bit funny. So we got LeBron James trading buckets with Jordan right there, doing a fadeaway of his own. Then we got Jordan kind of driving the lane, got a nice little jump stop dunking on Bosh. And then we got a super nasty dunk, alley-oop going with Dwayne Wade. But not to worry, I got one of my own coming right back at you with Jordan. From Steve Kerr, which was awesome, man. I remember watching Steve Kerr hitting the threes back in the day watching the Bulls. So this was a lot of fun. You guys can see the instant replay is nice, as always, from 2K. They got the new Sprite Slam Vision, which to me was really cool. Nice little addition to the game. We got LeBron in transition from Dwayne Wade. And the details, like I was talking about, watch his dunk right here. You guys can see it. It looks like it just does in real life, the way he hangs on the rim like that. So that's really cool. Now the next thing I want to show you guys is ISO motion, which has been completely revamped for the game. One of the biggest things they're pushing and talk about. So we got Mike Miller getting his ankles absolutely snapped, which is really cool. And then at the opposite side, we got Dwayne Wade. This is an ISO motion crossover that you guys can perform the same way with a silky smooth fadeaway. And getting back to Jordan again, I had a hard time not doing every shot with him because it was so much fun, kind of reliving things as Jordan. And the next clip I'm going to show you guys is probably one of my favorite moves. Especially watching Jordan back in the day, a little turnaround fadeaway, super smooth, super lovely, and then getting back into the realistic things, kicking out to Kukoc. I remember watching this happen so many times, hitting the three, and then we got all the classic players, Rodman, Longley, and then we got Scottie Pippen closing it out with a dunk. So this has kind of been my first look, first impressions. Stay tuned for the full review. If you guys haven't subscribed, feel free to do so. Check out my Twitter, links are all down below, and I'll catch you guys later.